Okay, so this is how this works. What this is known as the first part is known as the Polygon Sum Conjecture. The Polygon Sum Conjecture is this idea, where you have the n minus 2 times 180. What this equation tells you is what the total interior angles should add up to. Meaning, if I took all the interior angles of this object and added them together, they should give me whatever the number of sides is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, subtracted by 2 and multiplied by 180 would give me. For example, if you have a triangle, we all know triangles have 3 sides. So you have 1, 2, 3. If I took 3 minus 2, that'd give me 1. 1 times 180 is 180. So that means that this entire triangle, every single interior angle should add up to 180. So this is how we figure out the missing angle here. Well, we have 7 sides that I just counted. So n is 7. So we know n equals 7 here. Okay. So we're going to take 7, we're going to subtract 2, and we're going to multiply it by 180. Okay. This will become 5. So this is just 5 times 180, which gives me 900. So right now I have my total interior angles are 900 when I add up all of them together. Well, we're only missing one angle. That means that if we subtract the ones we know, we should be able to find the one we don't know. So if you put in your calculator, hold up, sorry guys. Alright, let's do it this way. My computer. You take 900, you subtract the first angle, which is 114, then you subtract the 115, then you subtract the 127, then you subtract the 171, then you subtract the 160, then you subtract the 102, and you should technically get 111. Now I know some of you guys got 91. It's okay because this does look like a 9, but it was supposed to be a 7. So I do apologize about that. But the answer should be 111. Same idea over here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sides. So that means that we're going to be doing 9 minus 2 times 180. Okay, so there's that part. 9 minus 2 is 7. So we know we're taking 7 times 180. So if we take 7 times 180, we get 1260. Okay, then I take 1260, I subtract this one, subtract this one, subtract this one, subtract this one, this one, this one, and this one, all the way around. I should end up with 162. Okay, so that's how you find the missing angle when you know all the other angles. Now, the next part is for regular polygons. Remember, regular polygons means all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal, or at least that's the assumption. That way we can actually be able to solve all these questions. So, first one has 12 sides. Well, we're just going to plug it back into our formula right here. So it's going to be 12 minus 2 times 180. If you do that, you should get 1800. Now this one is essentially just this formula. You see how it's up top? Divided by the number of sides. So technically all I'm going to take this and divide it by n. So I'm just going to take 1800 and divide it by 12. So if I take 1800, divide that by 12, I get 150. What this is a single interior angle. So this is all the interior angles added up together. This is a single interior angle on a regular polygon, meaning a polygon with all equal sides and all equal angles. Now this last one, what we know about these two is that they should add up to 180 because the one interior and one exterior angle should form a straight line, and we know straight lines add up to 180. So the easiest way is just to figure this out is to take 360 divided by n, or 360 divided by 12. Or, if you're so inclined to do so, you could take 180 minus 150. Let me show you how both length works. If I take 360 divided by 12, if you put this in your calculator, you're going to get 30 degrees. Or, if you take 180, subtract 150, you also get 30 degrees. Either way works, it's just up to you which one you want to do. Okay? So the same idea here. If I do this, it'll just be 15 minus 2 times 180. If I do that, that's going to give me 2340. This right here will be 2340 divided by 15. Which gives me 156 degrees. Now remember, same thing here. You can either subtract it from 180 or you can do 360 divided by 15. Just for sake of time, I'm going to do 360 divided by 15, which is going to give me 24 degrees. Actually, sorry, not 24. No, I was right the first time. 24 degrees. Okay, so the next part is where it gets a little bit more tricky. This time they don't give you n, but they give you this part. So this is what we're going to look up. We're going to look up, this is the equation we're going to use to solve this. So we know that n minus 2 times 180, whatever n is, should give us 1440. Now we have to solve from here. So first we have to distribute the 180. Now you technically could have divided by 180 on both sides first. That also works, but I just do this out of habit for the sole fact that, like, if we got to this one right here, it becomes a little bit harder to distribute the 180. To just divide by 180. So we're going to do it this way. Now, take 180 and minus 360, and you set that equal to 1440. Okay? It's always going to be 180 and minus 360 because you're always distributing to the same equation. So, step 1, add 360. You get 180n equals 1800. Okay. Last but not least, divide by 180. And this ends up being n equals 10. So n equals 10. So that means that this is a 10-sided figure. Now that we've already gotten this one's pretty easy. You just take 1440 divided by 10, you get 144 degrees. This one is just 360 divided by 10, which equals 36 degrees. Okay? So I'm going to shortcut this. I'm not going to write this first part. I'm only going to write 180n minus 360 because I'm assuming that I distributed. So you take 180n minus 360, set it equal to 1080. You add 360, you get 180 in equals 1440. Divide by 180, n gives you 8. Okay, now the rest of this pretty easy. So you're just going to take 180, or not 80, 1080 divided by 8. 1080 divided by 8, you get 135, and this should give you 45 degrees. Okay. Now let's move down. Okay, so now this becomes a little bit harder. These, I originally showed you how to do these by using this equation, but I figured out that it's probably a lot easier for you guys to figure out first your exterior angle and then use this equation. So first we're going to figure out the exterior angle. So we know this plus this should be 180. So if I take 180 minus 140, I get 40 degrees. Okay, so I know that my exterior angle is 40 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that 40 degrees equal to its equation, which is up here. And that's how I'm going to figure out n. So it's going to be 360 divided by n equals 40 degrees. So first we need to get the n on the bottom of a fraction. Remember, this means division, so we need to do the opposite of division, which is multiplication. What this does to the ends is it cancels out the ends. But what we do one side, we had to do to the other. Okay, so that gives me 360 equals 40n. Then I need to get rid of this 40. So I need to divide by 40 on both sides. N will give me 9 sides. So I have a 9-sided figure. If I take 9 sides and I do the whole equation to it to get to this middle part, I get 1260. And then you're done. Same thing with the next one. You're going to get 45 degrees for this one. Okay. You're going to plug in 360 divided by n equals 45. You multiply by n on both sides. These cancel out. Multiply by n. You get 360 equals 45n. Last but not least, you need to divide by 45. And you end up with n equals 8. This kind of matches this one right here, so I'm just going to fill this part in. Alright. This last part, they already give me the exterior angle, so I can technically do the same thing I did in these two and these two. So this is 10, so it's still going to be 360 divided by n equals 10. Okay. I'm just going to shortcut this because if you notice, all that happens is each time I'm taking 45 and dividing the 360. Whatever number's here divides to 360. So I'm just going to take 360 divided by 10. You can get 36 sides. Okay. And then this one I'm going to take 360 and divide it by 18. And that's going to give me 20 sides. So let me do the calculations. This is 6120, And then this one should be 170 degrees. This one's going to be 162 degrees. And then should be 3240. Okay. So that is how you do this front page.